Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Jamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gora Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. We are going to read from Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, Chapter 19, Text 14 and 15. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nasta Prayesha Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama-shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Najatu kama kamanam upabhogena samyati Havisha Krishna Vartmeva Bhuya eva vivardate. Najatu kama kamanam upabhogena shamyate. Havisha Krishna Vartmeva Bhuya eva vivardate. Anybody else? Ladies? Anybody online want to chant? That's okay. We'll try every day. Okay. Please repeat na, not, jatu, at any time, kama, lusty desires, kamanam, of person who are very lusty, upabhogena, by enjoyment of lusty desires, shamyati, can be pacified, havisha, by supplying butter, Krishnavartma, fire, eva, like, bhuya, again and again, eva, indeed, abhivardate, increases more and more. As supplying butter to a fire does not diminish the fire, but instead it increases it more and more, the endeavor to stop lusty desire by continual enjoyment can never be successful. In fact, one must voluntarily cease from material desires. Purport: one may have enough money and enough resources to satisfy the senses, but still not be satisfied. For the endeavor to stop lusty desires by enjoying can never be successful. The example given here is very appropriate. One cannot stop a blazing fire by trying to extinguish it with butter. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in darkest of ignorance, and my spiritual master Srila Prabhupada opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble obeisances unto him. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So it's a very good example that you can't extinguish a fire putting more butter in the fire will increase. So people who think that if I enjoy, I'll be satisfied, I will give it up eventually, they are mistaken. It's not possible. Although, in another part of the Bhagavatam, Prabhupada says something different. He said, if there is a fire and here you have a big pot full of butter and you throw all of it, it may extinguish the fire. It may. If a big amount and throw it at the same time, you know. So, I mean to say, if somebody follow the Vedic process, I mean the Grihastha ashram, which is a license to enjoy the senses religiously, following Krishna's orders, Krishna said, Bhagavata kamosmi bharatarshava, I am lusty desire according to religious principles. And that means marriage, having kids, children, teach them to be Krishna conscious. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta was a celibate all his life, you know, Nashtika Brahmachari. He said, if I was sure that if I get married and have children, Krishna conscious children, I will have 100 children. So there's a great responsibility to have children and to train them in Krishna consciousness. A big responsibility. So it is, in Shastra it is said, one should not become father, mother, guru, teacher, public leader, whatever, if one cannot help his dependent to get out of the repeated birth and death. So it's a great responsibility. So the Creator, the Lord, has put some pleasure potency in the, you know, in the sex life, just to encourage people to have kids, you know, to have children. Because the soul need to be born, have a human body in order to have opportunity for a spiritual life. No? It's a great, it's a plan, Krishna's plan. No? Once a devotee asked Prabhupada in the morning walk, Prabhupada, if everybody in the planet becomes brahmachari, then human being will stop existing on this planet. Prabhupada laughed, he said, don't worry, such thing is not going to happen. You know, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta, when he was a student, he created a brahmachari club with his fellow students, you know. And the idea was they will become brahmachari for life. But he was the only one who followed it. So it's not an easy thing, you know. It should not be artificial either, you know. It should not be artificial either. Because, I mean, when in Los Angeles, one devotee told Prabhupada, my good friend, another devotee, he wants to get married, but he's worried that he may fall down. Prabhupada said, he's already fall down. But anyway, if somebody has good brahmachari training, he can be a good grihasta, you know. Not to overdo the sense enjoyment. It's like having a driving license, you know. I do have a driving license. I hardly use it, you know. I don't have, I mean, but his license is there. In the same way, those who are married, they have license for enjoying sex life, but not necessarily they have to do it, unless they want to have children, of course, you know. If they have good spiritual life, they can learn to control themselves, not be like grihamedi, you know, materialistic married people, you know, who can't sleep at night unless they have sexual enjoyment. It's a fact, it's a fact. So it's a very, very great responsibility, no? So, there was some so-called guru, he was preaching sense gratification. I think his name is Osho. He changed his name to Osho, he was before Rajneesh. Prabhupada spoke about him. His philosophy is enjoy the most you can, because sensual enjoyment is the next thing to spiritual bliss. Imagine, no? He has an ashram in Pune, and to get into the ashram, every person has, a foreigner has to pay $1,000, and have an AIDS test, blood test if he has AIDS or not. Imagine, and they take sannyas. He give them sannyas, and the idea the sannyasi will have a sannyasini. They will practice both. It's a fact, it's true. Once I was on TV program in Miami, but before I was able to speak, before there was some Buddhist group, you know. I was listening to what they were saying. I was shocked. The lady Buddhist was saying, the more we enjoy materially the senses, the more enlightened spiritually we become. I say, wow. Then, I mean to say, then the most materialistic are the most enlightened. Such a contradiction. Buddha, he preached the renunciation. He preached detachment. You know? And so-called followers, they preach the opposite. And he also preached ahimsa, non-violence. No. But they eat meat, most of them. Buddhists eat meat. And I spoke with one of those Buddhists and asked him, why you eat meat? Buddha was against animal killing, you know. He said, well, we eat the flesh with compassion. We ask forgiveness from the animal who was killed before we eat it. Better don't eat it so they will not keep killing them. No, we ate very little. Then why get more karma? Avoid this little. You don't need it. And all of that came from a speculation. That one monk, he was begging food, no? And he didn't get anything that day. But he was, okay, Buddha doesn't want me to eat today. But then a bird died and fell in his bowl. Oh, Buddha sent me this bird, and I'm going to eat it. I mean to say, yeah, okay, that's a good idea. You could have said that. Even Prabhupada said that. You want to eat the cow, that's okay, but wait until it dies naturally. Then you can eat. If you have the mentality of a vulture, you know that there is a saying, I don't know if you know it, I'm remembering part of it. Shakuni sape garu marana. The vulture is cursing the cow, die, 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 so I can eat you. So somebody may be like so-called spiritually elevated, but what is the sight is on the dead bodies. This body is already dead, because the time we are born is meant to die anyway, sooner or later. So, but the soul is eternal. Those who are devotees, those who are transcendentalists, they know the soul is more important than the body. I remember when Prabhupada visited South America, Venezuela, he had a conversation with psychiatrists. They were challenging him, you know? Psychiatrists. And because one devotee, he was coming from a very rich family, and his parents were not in favor of him becoming devotee. So if they have friends, psychiatrists, they ask them, interview the guru, find some fault with the philosophy. That was their idea. So when Prabhupada had a conversation with them, he didn't know their intention, but he answered all their questions. They were saying things like, okay, for us the most important thing is that the person is in good health and in good care, you know, and all good mental faculties and bodily. Prabhupada said, yeah, we agree with that. Yeah, we should take care of health. That's good. But about the soul? Oh, there are many philosophies who speak about souls, but we are concerned only with the body. And Prabhupada told them, but what is more important, the soul or the body? They said both are equally important. Prabhupada said, all right, suppose that somebody is driving a car and had an accident. What is more important, to save the car or to save the driver? If there is a crash, what is more important? They have to admit involuntarily that the driver is more important than the car. Prabhupada told them the car is the body, the driver is the soul. So you proved my point. The soul is more important than the body. We don't neglect the body. We take care of it. You know, if you have a car, you have to nicely take care of it so it can function properly, isn't it? But it's more important. It's not doesn't mean you are always kissing the car, hugging the car, or, you know, polishing the car every day, unless you're crazy. So, but people spend so much money and time and so many, you know. When I travel to airport, always there's big perfume shops with all kind of fancy perfumes and creams and things like that. Anti-age cream and things like that. It's all illusion. It's all illusion. No matter how many creams you put, you're gonna get old anyway. They want to extend the life as much as possible. They don't know the science. There are yogis who can live 300, 400 years. Prabhupada met some of them in Kumbh Mela. He spoke with them. And he told the devotee, this yogi I spoke with is 600 years old. How is that possible, Prabhupada? How can human be? This is a mystic power through pranayama. They retain their breathing. They elongate their life. Prabhupada said, but we are not interested in this because we want to serve Krishna. If we are going to die, we are going to continue serving Krishna. So we don't care if the body dies. When it dies naturally, you know. So let's read verse 15. Okay. Yadana kurute bhavam sarvabhuteshu mangalam samadrishtes tada pumsa sarvasukha maya disha. When a man is non-envious and does not desire ill fortune for anyone, is equipoised. For such a person, all directions appear happy. Purport. Prabhupada Saraswati said, Vishwam Purna Sukayate, when one becomes Krishna conscious by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, for him the entire world appears happy, and he has nothing for which to hanker. On the Brahma Bhuta stage, or the platform of spiritual realization, there is no lamentation and no material hankering. Na sochati na kanshati. As long as one lives in the material world, actions and reactions will continue. But when one is unaffected by such material actions and reactions, he is to be considered free from the danger of being victimized by material desires. The symptom of those who are satiated with lusty desires are described in this verse. As explained by Śrīla Viśvanātha Cakravartī Ṭhākura, when one is not envious even of his enemy, does not expect honor from anyone, but instead desire all well-being even for his enemy, he is understood to be a paramahaṁsa, one who has fully subdued the lusty desires for sense gratification. Hare Krishna. So, Prabhupada said there are two types of happy people in this world. A crazy person and a paramahaṁsa. Those that are in between, sometime happy, sometime unhappy. Once at the beginning of the movement, Prabhupada asked one disciple, get me a neem twig to brush my teeth. If there is no neem, then eucalyptus will work. So the devotee went to the park, was still dark. The sunrise didn't happen yet. So he climbed a tree with a knife. He was cutting a little branch of eucalyptus tree. And suddenly a policeman with a flashlight, what are you doing up in that tree at this time of the day? Well, I'm cutting a toothbrush from my guru. What? He called the sanatorium. They came, they put a jacket on him. He's a crazy guy. Cutting. What is that? Talking like crazy, you know. Cutting a toothbrush for a guru on a tree. That sounds very crazy, you know. So they took him to sanatorium. The devotee later on went and you know, they were able to take him out. Convince them he's not crazy. It's different culture, different things. So Prabhupada wrote an article, Who is Crazy? And Prabhupada explained, crazy is a person who doesn't know who is he. For example, if you go to any sanatorium, find people believe themselves somebody else, no? Or something else, you know. There was one guy who believed himself to be a bicycle, so he said, "Oh, climb on me." He would go like this, you know. Or I am Napoleon. I am Cleopatra, or whatever, you know. So these men are crazy. They believe themselves to be something they're not. So Prabhupada said, therefore, in this material world, everybody who believes themselves the body, they are crazy. Spiritually crazy, you know. Because they forgot who they are. They don't know who they are. They believe themselves somebody else, something else. So Prabhupada said that if you try to be something you are not, you can't be happy. But when you accept what you actually are, then you are happy. Like children, you know, children, they accept being subordinate to their parents. If the parent asks them, "Give me your hand," we cross the street, they give the hand. Naturally. Or "Sit down, I'll give you the food." They're happy. In the same way, the preaching of Krishna consciousness tries to convince people that they are subordinate to the Lord. Now they're trying to be independent from God. But their actual position is to be subordinate, like children depending on their parents. But they don't want that, and that's why they're suffering. Because they're trying to be something they are not. So this whole point, the verse explaining that, this verse, that one of non-envious, how can be somebody non-envious unless one see everybody as a spirit soul, as part of Krishna? Even he desired good even for his enemies. No? Although Prahlad Maharaj, he was preaching to his father, Hiranyakashipu, because at school they were trying to teach him, demigods are our enemy, the demons are our friend. But Prahlad didn't accept that philosophy. He said, no. Besides the uncontrolled mind and deviant mind, there is no other enemy in this world. Only enemy is a out of control and deviated mind. Nothing else is enemy in this world. So the mind can be best friend, can be enemy. When we train the mind to be Krishna conscious, we are helping the mind to become friendly to the soul. But when we let the mind become crazy, whimsical, do whatever what she wants, then it becomes our enemy. So the whole process of yoga is to control the mind, to make it friendly, to make it helpful for the spiritual progress, you know. But like Arjuna told Krishna, my dear Krishna, to control the mind is practically speaking impossible. It's like trying to control the wind blowing, you know, with your hands. The mind is very stubborn. It's very what you call trying to find the word. Obstinate and capricious. So Krishna said, yeah, that's true. But by practicing regularly and detachment, you can control the mind. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the process how to pacify, to control the mind. Trinadapi sunichena tararapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. If one chant the holy name in a humble state of mind, being more tolerant than a tree, offering respect to others without expecting any respect in return, one can always chant the holy name. And somebody who's in that state of mind, he doesn't have any problem with anyone. He doesn't envy anyone. he can be free from lusty desires. And although one great Vaishnava, he prayed to Krishna, my dear Lord, let me use my lusty desires and passion in your service. Use the passion in your service. And let use my anger like Hanuman. I mean, all these bad things can be used in the service of the Lord. Hanuman used his anger to burn Lanka. I mean, Ramchandra didn't ask him to burn Lanka. He just told him, give the message to Sita. But Hanuman was angry at the Rakshasas and the Ravanas because of that. So he decided to burn Lanka. And Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta said, this action of Hanuman is equal to the Trinat Api Sunichana verse. How is that possible? How that can be compatible? Burning a city and being humble. Because it's done in the service of the Lord. That's real humbleness, to serve the Lord the best we can, to please Him. That's the secret of spiritual progress. Okay, any comments, questions? Yes?
Ravana and Hanuman. Have you ever wondered about the word Ravana and how in English we have ravage and ravenous? And ravage can mean to rape also. Did you know that?
Yeah, but in Sanskrit, what means the word Ravana? It has a meaning also, but I don't remember right now. But okay. I read it some time ago, but
I didn't know that. I thought so.
Okay. Yeah, some words in English and Sanskrit, even in Spanish also, may look similar. There are some similarity. Because I hear that most languages come from Sanskrit, so originally. Yeah. Any other comment, questions from our... Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. One who causes to roar or terrify. So that's Ravana. Terrify everyone.